What's up, YouTube? Team Yu-Gi-Oh here. I have an updated hero deck profile for you guys today. I switched over from Gemini Heroes to Bubblebeat. So yeah, let's get into it. Stratos, best card in the deck. I've found that actually, like, sometimes I don't want to open with him turn 1 because he's so good. I actually want to have him in, like, my deck so that I can use him later and I can completely go off once I've set up. And it's really easy to set up in this deck because you have so much searching power and just to get all the cards you need. And yeah, then you got Triple Alias. You need more monsters and more hero names, and the Shining is still very good. So using him as your Gemini target, and so you can play Gemini Spark, and he makes Blade Armor Ninja still, and yeah, he's just really good. And then 3 Bubble Man. I really like 3 because, I mean, you only play 7 monsters, so your hands usually don't get clogged. And if they do get clogged, you can usually just play, instead of playing, like, usually you'll have an alias if your hand is clogged. So you'll be able to play just normal Gemini Hero Beat because the deck is pretty much the same other than just going off with Bubble Man. So you just play anti-meta for a little while and then go off, and then you have a stronger setup anyway because your opponent might have less of their power cards. So yeah, 3 Bubble Mans, and then sometimes you just have to summon him and special summon him. I've only played this deck in 1 tournament, and I was really happy because the guy made me go minus, 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 and then I had 1 card left, and I went Rhoda for Bubble Man, and I drew 2 cards. I drew Torrential and Gemini Spark, and then he popped both of them, but, so, I mean, it wasn't anything like game-changing, but it was still cool. And that's only 7 monsters. I was playing Crusader Endymion because I was thinking I want to play 3 Gemini Sparks, but I took him out and I took out the 3rd Gemini Spark, so I only play 2 Sparks now. I think I took him out for a second Compulse, and a another card that I can't remember right now. But yeah, I was playing 8 monsters, but it wasn't very good. He was clogging my hand, so I took him out. So yeah, but now it's just 7, and it's better this way. I play Triple Body Duality to search. Rhoda, Triple E-Call. This just makes the deck so much better. Triple Miracle Fusion. This card is always live. It's amazing. This card is stupid. And then double Gemini Spark, because you're not always going to have the alias anymore, because you're not always searching for him. So, only 2, because it's going to clog otherwise. Because you only have 3 targets. And then Heavy Storm, double MST, you need back row hate, so that your plays go off. So yeah, Heavy and double MST. A lot of people are only single setting unless they set 4. Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, this is the best card in the deck. And I put Book of Moon back in because I really with no priority, I do like Book in this deck, and that's what I took. That's what I added over a second Gemini, over a 3rd Gemini Spark, and Crusader Redeeming. That's the other card I couldn't remember. Sorry about that, guys. That is, I don't know how many spells, but for traps, double Torrential. I'm testing double Bottomless. It seems to be doing pretty well. It's just an easy side out against Inzectors because, I mean, it only hits Centipede and it's just going to get popped. And, sometimes you just get lucky and you'll Bottomless a Hopper or a Centipede. And, I mean, yeah, so it's not bad. Double D-Prison. This card's very good. Double Solemn Warning because Rabbit is still around, surprisingly, so if you try and Bottomless something and they have a Logia on the field, and then they negate it, you can then Solemn Warning their new Logia, or whatever they make, and it just makes it, and it's the same goes for 6 Samurais. They can respond to Bottomless with Shien, but they can't respond to Warning unless they have, like, a Magatama set or something. So, I mean, if I'm going first, for instance, and they try and set up, and I have a Warning, I can then get rid of their Shien right then and there and not have to minus myself. Other than losing 2,000 life points, which is a hefty cost. But Solemn Warning is still very good. As I said, I play 2 Compulses. This card is very good because Zen Mains is a huge problem. Zen mains is a huge problem for this deck. And those are all the 2-ofs for the traps. Yeah, and then 1-ofs, Mirror Force, very good. 1 Hero Blast, just because it's more consistent like that. 1 Skill Drain, because it can interfere with your plays, but it's still really good to play. And usually you can just play around Skill Drain. Solemn Judgment and Starlight Road. And then for the side and extra, I'll go over the extra deck first. Dragon Knight Draco Quest. Elemental Hero Great Tornado. Triple Shining. 1 Nova Master. 1 Zero. 1 Gaia. 1 Chimera Tech. I actually use this because now I'm citing a Cyber Dragon. And it kind of won me the game. I'll explain that after. 1 Utopia Ray. This card's amazing. 1 Utopia. Double Blade Armor Ninja. And a Wind Up Zenmeister. This should probably be either another Utopia or a Maestro, the new structure deck card. But I actually like Zenmeister because of everybody's playing Fiendish Chain. So game 1, like I can Miracle into the Shining, and then the Fiendish Chain, right? Then the next turn I can go off a little bit and go into Zenmeister, then activate his effect to detach a material, flip the Shining down, and then I haven't changed his battle position manually yet, so I can flip him back up, and then Fiendish Chain has fallen off. So then I have a 23 monster, and usually he'll be 32. So I actually think, for that certain situation of Fiendish Chain, he's not bad. But otherwise, he's just a 25 beater. And he's unaffected by Skill Drain. So, I mean, I guess it's not too bad, but it should really be either a Maestro or another Utopia. And then Stardust Dragon is the only Synchro I play because I don't play any tuners, but I play it for Starlight Road. Alright, side deck, token. 1 Cyber Dragon. This card is good against Rabbit and Inzectors. Because this is why I still play Book. Because I can Book, Special Summon Cyber Dragon, attack over their monster. Because it's face down. It's very good, and that's another light target for Shining, I guess. So Cyber Dragon is still good. And I played against Inzectors in my top 4 at locals, and he had no cards, and top deck's a Card Trooper. And he mills 3, he mills nothing, and he ends his turn. He attacks me directly and ends his turn. I draw Cyber Dragon, special summon it, contact into Chimera Tech, and attack for 2,000, and then he's at 17, and next turn he doesn't draw anything. He drew a Gigamanus or something. Yeah, so this allowed me to get around Card Trooper in Inzectors because Card Trooper's a machine, so I contacted so he couldn't draw a card. 2 Maxis for wind-ups. I think this card is still very good. I do still see... I just looked at the stuff at the tournament report for Chicago, and at my locals I was watching some stuff, and I did see people still playing wind-up, so I still think Maxi is a very good card, and especially with the Heretics coming out, this is going to be something you want to hold on to. Snowman Eater, I still see people playing Rabbit, so this card is still very good. It's also good in the Hero Mirror, and just against anti-meta, like, Snowman is very, very good. Smashing Ground, the same reason as Snowman. Super Poly, this card is amazing. When a Skurdow comes out, I'm probably going to play main deck 1 or 2, and maybe even side 1 or 2, depending. But Super Poly is very, very good. The third MST, because people side decrease. And here's where it gets funky. Because priority is gone, I decided to play Trap Hole, and I'm not exactly sure how I feel about this card yet, but I think it's pretty good because it's great against Inzectors if you go first. Then they can't, like, do all their stupid plays. And actually, it's very good against... It can be good against Rabbit. Because I probably wouldn't side it in against Rabbit, because the only card it hits is Rabbit, and it hits Tour Guide, but you don't want to Trap Hole a Tour Guide. So I would probably really only side this in against Inzectors, but Inzectors is one of my harder matchups. So I think Trap Hole is actually good to have. Chain Disappearance at 2. This second Chain Disappearance used to be a Compulse, but I put that in the main deck, and because Inzectors, again, are a very hard matchup for me, I decided to side 2 because it helps me if I go first, and then usually I'll just take one out if I'm going second. So it's very, very good, especially because priority is gone. I can chain disappearance. My bad. Tour guides and rescue rabbits. Even though the tour guide effect still goes through. I can just chain disappearance those cards so that they can't use them. And then the second skill drain for Insectors. I would say a Fiendish Chain, but the skill drain it hits every monster, so I think it's better. And then double Macro and double Shadow Mirror for Insectors and Dark World. Thanks, guys, for watching. That's the deck. If you guys have any comments or suggestions for me, please feel free to put that in the comments section below. But yeah, again, thanks for watching, guys. Team Yu-Gi-Oh! Signing out.